My name is Kevin Fisher, and this is FatStacks. I've been developing FatStacks for 3 trimesters. Each trimester, the game has changed completely, but the core idea has been the same: to build a first-person match 3 game. A couple months ago, my game resembled a bloated mess of clay. It's not really appealing, and audiences can't make perfect sense of what it's supposed to portray, but underneath lies the potential for something beautiful. I spent the last trimester sculpting that clay down, refining my 3 main mechanics: shooting, matching, and looting. My development goal was to make the game easy to understand and intuitive to play, but to be easy and intuitive meant I needed to make some big cuts. My original arsenal fit 5 guns. A full-length game would have the time to introduce each gun properly, but there was no way I could make a game longer than 10 minutes. There was only one gun that was essential to the core gameplay anyway, and that was the snatch gun. The rest were accessories for that first gun. Some were hardly tied to the matching system at all. Thus, I cut all the guns except for the snatch gun. Enemies used to fly aimlessly around the level and cause chaos. I admit I did not implement very good AI. I couldn't control them outside of constraining them with invisible walls. They went wherever they wanted and did whatever they wanted. The enemies didn't have anything to do with matching anyways, so they got cut entirely. Players used to be able to die. The concept of dying can quickly complicate an otherwise simple game. If players can die, then you have to be prepared to revive them at any time. You have to give them health and checkpoints. It burdens the player too. Now they have to worry about anything and everything that could possibly kill them. Will dropping a crate on my head do that? Well, apparently so. Removing health made things a lot simpler, and put the focus back on the puzzles. After making the cuts, my game resembled a pitcher of freshly filtered water. The next step was to add the cucumbers. If I wanted my game to match the pace of the greatest match 3s, I needed to overhaul stacking. I added the ability to pick up multiple crates, then the ability to place those crates rapidly on top of each other, and just as quickly as stacks can be built up, they can be dismantled. The overhauled stacking mechanics allowed skilled players to match faster than ever before. I added this highlight so matches are easier to make, even if part of the group is behind an obstacle. Without highlights, it is very difficult for players to anticipate what will happen when they pull the trigger of their snatch gun. Up until now, there was no metric that told players how well they were matching and stacking. I knew there had to be something, especially now the usability improvements to the match and stacking systems. So I added a score and combo system, designed to reward speed and accuracy.
Get out of here.
I took care of everything. The police aren't going to come. I know something that...
After improving the gameplay, my game was like a plain but delicious cake. It tasted good, but it would unlikely catch anyone's attention. What it needed was a fancy layer of icing. Many artists have touched FatStacks, but none has had as big an impact as Mei-Su Lee. She and I made a full-fledged art bible, complete with color palettes, reference material, and concept art. We decided we want our game to look like a 60s cartoon. Our guiding principles for this style are exaggeration, simple design, and hand-drawn impressions. Following our principles led to what you see now, the Pennywaiter Jewelry Warehouse, a snazzy, if not a little messy, place to work. I wrote a simple narrative that helps guide the player through the level. Certain words are emphasized to enhance that guidance.
Great. Stack something and get in that open window up there. You're doing great.
David Milne composed an awesome track for the game. This song is played during the lockdown section of our level. This is the climax of the level, and this song suits the situation perfectly. David made 2 versions of the track, a normal version and a boss version. I built a system that can switch between these 2 tracks seamlessly. FatStacks is my favorite game I ever made. It represents fixed mistakes, where I finally accepted that my game had succumbed to feature creep and made the hard decision to cut months of work. It represents hours of testing and analysis. finding the gaps in design and the game-breaking glitches. It represents teamwork. I already made Fat Stacks by myself. It was called Silly's Playhouse, and it was so stressful I swore I'd never touch it again. The biggest thanks I can give to the people that worked with me is that you made game development fun again. Mei Su and I set it for the final playtest last trimester. I stood behind everyone's monitor. I was ready to help anyone that got stuck, and as the playtest went on, I silently took pride in how infrequently I was needed. Thank you for watching, and I hope you will consider Fat Stacks for the most polished video game.